This time on BC Wild, I'm headed out in search of black bears. The snow is finally gone, the green grass emerging, and the bears are in search of food after a long winter's nap. This spring hunt has quickly become one of my favorites with the beautiful green landscape, the excitement of predator versus predator, and of course the opportunity to restock my freezer with one of the most underrated game meats in North America. Together, my friends and I are in search of wild food from some of the wildest places BC has to offer. From the Southern Rockies to the Yukon border, on land or underwater, we're always in search of the next big adventure in an attempt to fill our freezers, connect with nature, and learn what it takes to live off the land. Welcome to BC Wild. I head out for the first day of May, which historically has been a good day for me, but it doesn't take long to realize that it's still a little early this year.
Getting up to the lake I was trying to get up to here. Still pretty frozen. Just kind of hoping to do some fishing, maybe have a short lunch, but don't think I'm going to be able to. Which is alright, I brought some food anyways, but I saw a couple piles of bear shit up on the way. There is a bit of sign of them now, but nothing's greened up yet. There's still a decent amount of snow in some spots, especially spots that I've seen bears in before. So one of the piles of shit was definitely, I would assume, a grizzly, just based on size, and I would think sow and a couple cubs, because a couple small piles right beside it, and then one massive pile. But I don't know. I'm kind of thinking, I know I have 2 weeks to bear hunt here in 3 weeks. Back to the last week of May, kind of consider that prime time. So kind of feeling there's a couple more spots I want to check, a couple south-facing slopes I'm going to go take a look at, see if I'm seeing any sign. Might as well while I'm still out here, and then make a quick bite to eat, and then probably run back to town and throw the boat in the truck and go do some fishing. Spring's one of my favorite times of the year. Winter's finally gone. Bears are out, less people in the bush this time of year, I find. Great fly fishing. It's just a lot of fun to be out in the spring, so thinking that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go check these last couple spots, have something to eat. I'll be able to sit in glass, just kind of see if I see anything moving on this one big south-facing slope I know bears tend to hang out on, and it's usually one of the first spots to green up, so we'll see if it's even greened up yet. And then, yeah, head back to town. Be back in a couple weeks for prime time. Probably works a little bit better anyways, because bears will then give them a bit of time to get some fat back on them and get up. I know they haven't been up very long. There was no sign of them out here 4 days ago, so checked out my last couple spots, and not liking what I'm seeing. I think it's a little bit too early. A couple bear shits I have seen have all been big piles of little piles, so I imagine there's a couple sows and cubs up and moving already. Nothing moving for boars yet. Just not really liking what I'm seeing for sign. Drove quite a bit of road today, checked a bunch of side roads, did a couple small walks, and yeah, just not seeing sign yet. So I think it's a little bit early yet, but that's okay. Just happy to get out here. Like I said, I love springtime, so gonna make a quick lunch on the tailgate here.
I fry up my final pack of bratwurst from last year's bear and glass the south-facing slopes while I do. It's still a little early, and in 2 weeks' time, I'll be back for prime time.
Didn't have any hot dog buns at home, so a couple Bear bratwurst sliders. Here's my last pack of bratwurst. Pretty good lunch. So it's been a few weeks since I was last out here. About 3 weeks now. Things have really changed. Things have greened right up. All the ice off the lakes. Saw a couple bears on the way up. So gonna be out here for 2.5 days, and then 3 more days to hunt after that if I want. But I am hoping to do some fishing this weekend. Yeah, I'm just gonna be set up a quick camp here, starting in the afternoon. Probably get ready to head out hunting after I set up quick camp. Maybe do a little bit of fishing first. It's long days right now and start till 9. I do think it'll be best tonight. Fish right now, it's raining pretty good, pretty windy. Supposed to taper off this evening, so my guess would be a lot of the bears are going to be bedded down and not really too active during the rain, and then if it kind of slows down this evening, it should be a pretty good night. So see if we can find a few bears. I'm not looking for anything in particular. I'm getting pretty low on meat, so I do think first one I see is probably going to be the first one I take. First solo one anyways, make sure it doesn't have cubs and stuff obviously. But yeah, springtime, one of my favorite hunts. It's usually pretty quiet out here in the spring, and don't have to deal with near as much pressure as one would in the fall, so should be a fun couple days.
I set up my camp and get ready to hunt.
Heading out for my first hunt for the night. Well, still raining, pretty windy. It's about 4 o'clock now, so I figure they'll be up and moving by now, but it, yeah, a little bit nasty weather out still, so just given that's my first night, I think I'm just gonna mostly road hunt tonight. See where I'm seeing sign, maybe do a few short walks. I got a couple spots that I like to walk. I traditionally tend to see bears in those spots, so might just do a couple short walks in there, see what I'm seeing for sign, and do a bit of driving around, see where I'm seeing sign again, and give me a good game plan for the morning. And yeah, got about 5 hours of light left, so see where the night goes. I should be able to, hopefully locate a couple bears tonight, or at least know where some are hanging out. Spotted my first bear of the trip. Very nice bear too. Probably, 5.5, 6 footer maybe. I was close to getting a shot off. He started running when I hopped out of the truck, and then he stopped, gave me broadside for a second, but I was kind of going through my mental checklist and was about to squeeze when he took off again. So just kind of parked the truck and started hiking up the direction he was going. But it's an absolute mess of just burnt out, thick, nasty timber in here. So, given the fact that it's getting pretty late, it's probably about 7:30 now, I think I'm gonna probably head back to the truck, knowing that he's in the area for tomorrow. Yeah, we're off to a good start. It's been a pretty good day. Seen lots of sign, and 2 bears on the highway on the way in. This bear now, so right in the spot I know they tend to hang out too. Last 2 springs in a row I've killed a bear kind of right in this general area, so including my biggest one. So there's a pretty good hill up behind me here. I think I'll climb that in the morning and just sit, wait, do lots of glassing. I should be able to see quite a bit of this, see if I can see something moving through here.
I spend another 45 minutes slowly working across this ridge while glassing, hoping to catch another glimpse of this bear, but he never shows himself again. The next morning I hike up the ridge and sit for nearly 4 hours but see no bears. I head back to camp for breakfast and some fishing before heading out for the evening hunt. I drive some roads, hike a few diaks and see plenty, And even in my meat crisis, either decide they're just too small or never get my chance for a shot.
So I had a decent day. So 6 bears in total. One was a sow and a couple cubs, but I did see one of the bigger bears I've seen. He was huge. Disappeared a little too quickly for a shot. You know, bears are one of those things. Even the big ones, you got to make sure they don't have cubs. So, I mean, I guess any animal you can make that argument for, but you know, counting points or whatever. But yeah, it just gave me the slip a little too quick. But saw him right before it's like 8:30, so it was pretty close to dark. And hoping he doesn't move too far overnight. I think that's kind of where I'm gonna start focusing my efforts in the morning. Didn't film a lot today. I mostly just road hunted, did some short hikes in some different areas, and just fine with bears, especially in the springtime. Most of them are standing in the ditch, so I've done plenty of big hikes before, not seen a single bear, hopped in the truck, drove in a couple K down the road, there's a bear standing right there. So that doesn't make for the most exciting content, so I don't really film a whole lot of that. But yeah, not too bad a day overall. Got a good dinner coming, trying something new. I was gifted some racks of ribs, so trying to kind of slow cook them on my barbecue right now. Sounds like you're cooking a little too quick. So I'm looking forward to that, get a good night's sleep, and then still have a full day tomorrow.
I arrived back to camp in time to enjoy watching the local beaver and migrating pelicans share the lake. The next morning, I decide to focus on an old road system that always seems to have a lot of sign, but not a lot of bears. But today is different.
I just spotted a bear. He's up on the road a couple of 100 yards here. He did see me coming. He dipped off a little bit here. But with that being said, this is pretty open. It's a decent sized burn, so I'm just slowly making my way up. I'm gonna see if I can find him back. Didn't look like a very big one, but I'm here for meat, not trophies. And I'll see if I can find this guy back and get a shot. Climbed up this little hill here. Kind of trying to sneak in on him. Didn't think there was anywhere he could go without me seeing him leave anyways. I did hear him snapping some brush when I first came in here. But for him to escape, he would have had to come up this hill, and I never saw him. So I just kind of climbed, give myself some elevation, see if I can see him down in that underbrush. There's a good chance he might be hiding there. Not gonna focus too much time looking for this one. He wasn't a very big one. And I'm sure I'll see a few more today. There's just ridiculous amount of bears in this spot. This will be my 7th while actively hunting. Stump bear. 8 while actively hunting. 10 bears in the last 3 days. So, like I said, I'm sure he won't be the only one at sea today. And, hopefully find one a bit bigger than that. That was probably 4-year-old Max. So I've got a bear spotted. Yeah. Was driving down this old road here, and I turned around, was kind of getting into this youthful tree forest. I hate these little forests because it's really hard to track stuff. And as I started coming back down the road, he stepped right onto it. So I've just been kind of following him down the road. He keeps beating me into corners. I'm just trying to get in range, but I'm just gonna keep following him. Hopefully he kind of sticks to the road, and hopefully I can kind of catch up. He's just around this corner right now, so I'm gonna keep moving. Try and cut some distance to him while he can't see me.
I follow the bear for over 2 kilometers. Every time I cut the distance, he disappears into a corner or into the brush until he finally decides to feed on a patch of grass. Now all I need for him to do is turn.
Got the bear at 150 yards here. Just waiting for him to turn broadside. I got a shot off. I walked up to where he was, and he, no blood. Yeah, but there's pretty good tracks, so I know right where he went in. There's no blood, but I do find that bears, they don't tend to bleed a whole lot. So I'm still gonna try and track him. See if I can follow tracks or see. He looked like he was hit. He acted hit. He buckled pretty good, and then he took off running, so looked like a pretty good bear. Been fooled before, but definitely a lot better than the one I was following first thing this morning. So I'm just giving him some time. Walked back to my truck and kind of getting all my shit ready to go. And then I'm gonna start trying to track and see if I can turn him up. Started my track. I did start picking up some blood, so it's definitely hurt, but this is a really bad spot. It is a youthful tree forest and it's very thick in here, so I'm kind of thinking I'm gonna have to almost stumble on him to find him. Keep looking for blood, keep going. I've only been looking for about 5-10 minutes and I found a decent amount of blood, so hopefully he didn't make it too far. And yeah, I'll keep looking here. He's got to be in here somewhere. You know, it's first thing in the morning. Well, it's 8:30, 9 o'clock now, so I've got lots of time to look. You know, sort of the more difficult parts of hunting, but it's part of it. So I'm just gonna keep combing my way through here nice and slow, looking for blood. Hopefully turn him up soon. It is starting to get pretty warm, so the sooner I find him, the better. I found him. I think I'm very lucky to have found him. It is nasty in here. He's in a really shitty spot. Luckily, I'm not too far from my truck, so back out shouldn't be too bad. And I might go grab my chainsaw just to clear some stuff around him. Make a little more room for me to work. He's laying in a little deadfall hole here, so. But I found him. Got my spring 2023 bear. And God, it was really hurting for meat. This'll, lots of burgers and roasts, and be able to do some sausage off him. He's a decent bear. He's not huge, but definitely shot smaller, so I'm super stoked, but gotta get to work here because it's getting pretty hot, so.
With temperatures rising, I waste no time and get to work. I get the bear broken down and into game bags and make quick work of the short pack out back to the truck.
I'm back in camp now, and yeah, good day. Got my spring bear, and just packing up camp, getting ready to go. But before I do that, I'm gonna cook up a little backstrap. Just go super simple. I'm just gonna do basically a steak, cube it up, and cook it in some butter. It's bear meat, so you gotta make sure it's well done. So easier to do that when it's cubed, and I don't really like well done steak, so I'd rather have well done steak bites. Yeah, so give the bear a taste test. Hopefully it's a good one. I haven't had a bad one yet. I think bear meat is one of the most underrated meats in anywhere really. Like up here in BC, we can shoot 2 a year. There's tons of them. I saw 10 or 11 bears this weekend. It's 2.5 days of hunting, so no shortage of them. They make great table fare, and looking forward to trying this one. So there you have it. Have a cooked bear backstrap made into some steak bites. Nothing wrong with this guy at all. He's a great eating bear. He'll be in rigor, so it's only 3 hours after the kill. So he will get a little bit more tender, and there's some great ways to cook bears. I usually make Whataburger, some sausages, and then I do roast too that I use for slow cooking for tacos and pulled bear sandwiches, sweet potato bowls, all kinds of things. It's actually one of my favorite game meats. I haven't had a gamey one yet.
Meat crisis averted. 8 years ago, when I started hunting, began as a way to connect more with nature and have a better understanding of where my food came from, but it quickly became a lifestyle. Living off the land isn't easy, and my hat is off to those who depended on it just to survive. I know I can get my food from a grocery store if needed, but our ancestors didn't have that option, and this bear means another year with a better understanding of how we survived as a species. Hunting is difficult, it's messy, but it connects us to the land and to our ancestors in a way that gardening and grocery stores just can't. For anything to survive on Earth, something must die. It's a cold reality of life, but instead of shying away from this fact, I choose to embrace it.